impressive for G2. They just got the job done, right? The opening matchup was an upset loss to Anonymous, the Poles, right? And it was a 19-16 overtime affair on Mirage that me and Dinko got to cover, and it's not the way we thought that game was going to be going whatsoever. So we started off that Group B in quite an interesting fashion, but they're able to taper on in and then pick up a win against Stungar, beat the Bad News Eagles, and then take down Astralis, and that was quite an exciting best-of-3 series. But here we go.
Yes, indeed. Okay. G2 up against Team Spirit. Dust2 is where this battle will transpire, and those good old-fashioned dual Berettas will once again be showing on up. Let's see, Spirit second, Dust2 from them. Taking down Imperial initially. Oh, hello, you wanted aggression. You've got it both facets, up long, up mid, 2 bodies, down. Siren and Dexter get to play about 10 seconds of the first round in this game.
And now the entire map is lost for Spirit. This mid push comes on in, they lose 2 bodies, they have to go back and try and take some territory.
How gross.
And G2 have gone, yeah, you can have it. We have a 2-man advantage. We don't have to play aggressive at this point in the round. They've still got Jax over towards B with those dual Berettas in hand. A little bit of aggression coming out from short from Nico still just to oversee business. But as they rotate around the world tier, G2 are grabbing even more information. Long call clear. And now they can start hedging their bets back over towards the other bomb site.
Oh yeah, and this is actually shaping up for a potential full lockout to find and to shift the odds. It's all on Chopper's utility.
Yeah, can smoke the doors and set up a flash, but oh, is he lining that up now? He is. Sound cue made. They have to go.
Yeah, Jax is the one to do the clicking. Oh, and already he does hit one into Patsy low. And even lower by Lexi B. Body shots convert. It's only 1 back in the feed from Spirit, closing the gap through Tons 2, charging and trundling. Good shots out of Chopper. If he takes down Hunter, we've got a round here. Already, he's given them enough leeway to get that bomb down. m0NESY from window. Alexi throws his smoke to isolate the duel. Chopper will have to relocate over the edge of it. Never mind, Chopper takes this round into his own. 3 from him, bomb ticking. This is turned completely 180. Hunter, however, makes it interesting. 3 HP. It should be the end of him. He's just dancing around the smoke. There's so much time, and the kit will enable a speedy defuse.
Okay, it almost got a little bit out of control there. The fact that they got a couple of extra kills, they get that bomb down. That's a win for Spirit with how that round kicked off. First 10 seconds, the aggression up mid. The Cousins lopping off a couple of heads here. Some tidy taps. And yeah, it did get messy. Chopper had a lot of impact as well against Imperial on the same T-sided pistol. Now, they did something a little bit different, but he got 3 huge kills as he rotated back in on a flank play. And that's facilitated right now a tidy-looking buy. The Galils come out, there's a scout in play, a little bit of utility to work with here as well. There's more rifles right now on Team Spirit than there is on G2.
Oh! See you later, Jax. On the cross, Dexter reminds them that he is watching that double door cross and will be a problem. m0NESY's there too, and strings together 2 consecutive shots. This is going to be all determined by scouts, it seems. Neither shying away from the duel. Hunter in support of m0NESY, and you can see that Hunter wants to take a little bit of info.
Yeah, that might have been heard there.
By the scout.
They're definitely aware that this aggression could be around middle, and now it's Nico's turn. I don't think he saw anything on the jump just there, so they can slink their way out the mid doors here.
Good space for Patsy, supported by Magix, and it will be a cursory glance from one of these 2.
They're going to get caught off guard here. Hunter's not ready for this.
Hunter's going to have his knife out. Oh, okay, that's a big opening. And just like that, Siren has cleared the site. m0NESY down and bomb to follow. Nothing for Nico to do in this one. Him and Alexi scratching their heads. Maybe a little info onto Dexter's barrel. The scout may enable the frag. Stabilize, and to finish with the flourish. But it is just a question of saving now.
Yeah, that's rough. Maybe if that kill comes on through, there could have been a conversation to have a look in for a round like this. But that force buy, and remember, that's off the back of the plant. A 3-on-5 situation from the pistol. They enable their way into that site through the utility. And great work to now bounce back immediately into round number 2. So this is a great start from Spirit.
I mean, yeah, it was a 3v5 early, complete map control taken by the CTs. And because of Chopper's unwillingness to give up, we did get that bomb plant, and now translates immediately to an even keel, 1-1.
And they even get to keep these 4 Galils, right? I don't think they're going to go up any of these right here. They're far enough away from the bomb. It's going to go off. No dramas whatsoever. Oh, Dexter was not far enough away from the bomb. Maybe some slight dramas, but very slight. So that's just going to be 1 scout and 1 M4 retained here. And the question is, did G2 want to take part in these force by wars? You would say yes. right? You've got a little bit left on over here.
Yeah, and I've seen their deagles before, Chad.
It can be very, very scary indeed. So Monacy's going to get that scout dropped over thanks to Alexi. He's going to get an MP9 in his hand. Some pistol upgrades for Hunter and Jackson. They're going to give this one a go at extending the force by wars. Let's see, can Dexter do it again? This time shooting preemptively on the cross. Siren flashed on out long. He's going to look for some blue bin control.
And Nico has incendiary quick. Response of extinguished. No one supporting Siren right now. Nico has got support. 2 committed to this long fight. Siren's legs exposed, and 2 from Nico to neutralize that long test. Spirit will have to readdress.
The rifle's in the perfect place right there. They wanted to try and get Siren out of the blue bin.
Quick from Chopper. Where's he off to?
Yeah, he's loving to take some space right now. He's going to be denied. His mid to B smoke, if he throws it, is going to be burned. So you can see they're reconsidering wasting that early here. And if Patsy wants to have a little bit of a look in towards B, he's got to get past the scout. And the CZ combo as a shot whistles past, some information gathered. Still over a minute left on the clock right now for Spirit to work with here.
I think they'd be remiss to G2 if they do let slip in these opening 3 another man advantage.
Oh, they're going to be going straight in towards Nico here. We're going to have a rough go of this. Nico might just mow them all down. Already has 2 within the round. Could get the full set. A little bit of utility right now to delay. We've got 3 smokes, so the set A piece from Spirit is possible. The avant-garde smokes give themselves the one way to work with trying to enable a fight, but Nico doesn't need to take the fight, and as the clock burns on down, this could be picture perfect.
Yeah, if they molly him out, 1 already expended, the second heading destined for Nico. Force forward, sound cue. No, Patsy does not check it. Quick trade, Chopper and Dexter trying to open up the site, and they have. Chopper actually strings together 2. Hunter's his next victim. It's Dexter with the rifle. And G2 have let it fall.
Yeah, very active bodyguarding right there from Dexter, not allowing them to get close, taking the fight, denying the sight, and Monacy, he's now got 1 more to find. Chopper, one-on-one.
Doable, predictable as well on that ramp. Eye on the scope, crawling in. No kit and the missed shot. That should be the end of it. How is he still going? Chopper fumbles. Monacy hunting. Oh, and an opportunity. Nearly knocked the aviators off his face.
Whistling past the side of the head right there. Monacy almost with a quick one, but that's going to be the Force by Wars 1 out. They've established themselves early here. Great work from Spirit. 2 consecutive rounds, that's all they needed, and Chopper hitting a couple of tidy ones here. That second onto Alexi is beautiful. And then just having to buy his time. Great stuff there from Chopper. Up to 6 kills now. Leading the charge in the server here. Nico couldn't get it done.
Okay, well, they are just going to have to swallow their pride for this one. A classic maneuver.
The right side.
Yeah. It's very unlikely that we're going to see pace behind this from Spirit, though, even though they are...
Oh, they're going in.
They are. They are just going all in. Some USPs, a couple of dinks could make things interesting. Alexi cleared. Perhaps not going to expect another. Back to turns, and taps are hitting. Nico, Hunter combined. Jax is there with a double. And so, well, Mr. Nico, he's got a 1v2 and a Desert Eagle. Entirely manageable.
Yeah, and they have no idea where he is, because this was a stack. They're not certain. Where was Nico? Where did he start the round? And as he comes out mid to B, he does get a fight. The first Eagle shot confirms his position, and now Spirit can get that bomb down.
Patsy gets the confirmation that he has stuck around and knocks his head off. Dexter. He's got so much util, but Nico, the ever-present threat, holds his nerve and holds the line. Neutralized by the Nico Deeg.
Look at the grin on the face right there. Oof. What's Patsy doing giving him that fight? You're going to take the swing on window.
That's some spicy Deagle action there.
Knew exactly where he was, right? They knew exactly where he was. Giving Nico a second chance there with the Deagle. That's going to come back to bite you in the ass immediately. Orb scooped up. That was an eco round. A B stack with USPs.
Dude, that re-peek from Patsy. Do you know who you're trifling with? Read them like a book as well. Dexter just puts his head in the vice.
Yeah, that's a rough one to swallow. Spirit did so much hard work. They won out the Force by Wars. They were setting themselves up on a perfect mantle now to convert further and further. Devil Walk on the Desert is going to be about how many T-sided rounds they can pick up here. That should have been a 3rd confirmed. And as those go missing, it's going to be really problematic because they didn't have too much cash established right now to get into a full buy. I think they're going to be lacking this T-sided AWP. And on the other side of things, look at the buy coming out. The AWP saved. Monacy gets that one for free. Christmas came early. The AUG for Jax. They're into a full buy right now. And the whole tone of this early game can shift.
Yeah, courtesy of that stack. I mean, the double bait on bricks as well. They really fell for it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
You saw Chopper just immediately swiping his mouse off the mouse pad in panic. Alexi baits them in. Jax finishes. m0NESY supporting that early mid-aggression. It worked on the pistol.
Yeah, why not again?
Yeah, and then
they've cut noise.
play.
Perfect timing here on the cut.
Should be the end of Magic. He actually gets the info and away, so a gift in some strange facet.
Well, they know he's jammed in, so I think they might just want to keep these positions up. Alexi takes down Magic's. Nico now to do some more punishment from short. 2 taken. The third a little bit shy there on the nade, but this round's been handled.
Yeah, no question. And you couldn't ask for a better weapon for the job on Jax. That will stick around, so that's going to be a prominent threat now on B.
I'm sure Jax just wants to get involved in some rounds. You take a look at that Liquid game that they played earlier in the day. Like, he's just chilling on like 3 kills while m0NESY has like 17, 18. Like, Nico and Hunter are contributing as well. It's like, guys, can I see someone?
But what more could you ask for? You know, get him into the major, his first major, and not only come in hot, win your game, and a team that you shouldn't be underestimating in Liquid, who are kind of rising over the course of the coming weeks. So with that big win and doing so with a convincing scoreline and your new superstar at the top of the table, it's very good signs for the G2 fans around the world.
Yeah, I think that this team right here is one, if they can hit their stride and show their absolute best Counter-Strike, they can be an absolute force to be reckoned with. Alexi will mow down the final 2, securing the 3rd round for G2 here. But that's the if, right? And we obviously have seen some ups and downs, and it was the honeymoon when they got together earlier within the year. Now can we see that coming on through? Because there's so many names who fall into that similar bucket, right? I think we have our championship caliber squads. We've got our FaZe and we've got our Na'Vi. But then after that, there's a lot of names that fall on in as teams who can go deep in the playoffs or maybe even go the whole way. So this major seems wide on open right now. But moving into the next round, Spirit do have to buy back. Dexter's AWP and takes the shot. No connection there.
Yeah, not been able to replicate his early successes on that door cross. Hunter backs up.
I like that. He runs in, throws the nade, and gets out. It's going to stall out these 2 upper dark players because you're going to worry about short aggression. You're going to worry if someone's still in towards lower. So as you clear this, it's going to melt even more time off the clock. And when you want to fake a mid to B or you want to work for these short plays, right, you need a bit more time on your side.
Here's the prime example. This is exactly what we were pre-firing. Absolutely nothing. Hunter, just by showing presence, they're actually peeking each other. Okay.
Sector clear. But look at this time. We're at a minute 10 on the clock right now, and they haven't established any map control whatsoever. Upper dark short. Now they're feigning out mid to B here. You can see getting part of the crisscross out.
Short in response. That will slow Spirit's crawl again. So about 30 seconds before they can make their commitment. Back to long, potentially. Nice nade on the nose. Patsy down to 66.
Even if Alexi goes down here, m0NESY's still top of sight.
Oh, Alexi. Oh, it looks perfect. Right between them all. Ouch. And it's going to get worse from there. Never mind. Magic spins on a dime. Has given him a way in, but 30 seconds. Time-sensitive mission now for this Team Spirit squad. Oh, baits him successfully. Anticipation and extinguish. Trying to delay as best he can. The chaos now caused by Spirit on the cross. m0NESY desperate to contribute. Nico's gone. He's got nothing. He's got smoke, flame, bullets. And a player walks on in. They've lost it all. And an A site just need that bomb plant to confirm it. Team Spirit successfully wrangle for a 3rd.
Yeah, well handled. I thought that m0NESY could have found a little bit more impact from that position, but worried about that short play at the same time as that long crunch. So well timed from Spirit. Patsy and Dexter low. Magic's below half HP as well here, but it is going to be 3-3 now on the scoreboard as Jax just wants to try and do some damage on the way out the door. Has been noted now. We'll be tucking tail, and they don't need to hunt him. Right? It's not really going to give them a whole lot here. There's enough money for G2 to go for a buy into the next. But it didn't start great, right? Obviously, with the way that Hunter had feigned that lower dark control, burns a bit of time off the clock. The perfectly placed nade from Alexi there. Just not enough to actually get anything lethal going on here. So good response again from Team Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, shutting down Nico, no easy feat, so credit to Patsy. m0NESY was so busy with everything else. The A defense did come tumbling down with a solid Kalashnikov to the head. 3-3. All even, all square. Finances are available. G2 will be reinvesting. We can see just how some of these last stage frags come through. Yeah, just on the grey screen. Knocks that AWP out of his hands. Do see a fresh one invested. Get to see m0NESY back on his signature weapon. Round 7 commences.
Yeah, let's see if they continue to try and flirt with these lower dark plays or not. Because if Dexter keeps getting boosted up like this, the cross is just scary. You can see that smoke there to deny. They are playing 4 over towards A at the start of this round here, and m0NESY very aggressive. Can use this Xbox smoke to his advantage.
Well, there is a lot of B util, response and exchange of smokes.
And they've been able to rotate Hunter back over, right? So aggressive short. This time they're still keeping mid pressure, right? But this time it was through short. So it seems like a common theme right now for G2 to continue to be a bit prickly around mid. We saw it on the pistol round. We've seen it on several rounds forward of that now. Patsy's going to get flashed through here. Ooh, honestly, completely blind, but Nico's not.
Stunning. Spirit, no strangers to recovering, though.
Gets hard now, doesn't it? Because you know that the AWP and the rifle were so close towards short. If you want to pivot for a mid to B, it's really easy for Nico to do exactly this. Help babysit the mid to B play. So he's drawn across, and still Hunter and Jax reside in that B bomb site to try and lock this one down.
A tough nut to crack. And Jax has got another smoke. He'll be able to drop that on the next information from this jiggle.
Hunter's even got an incendiary.
Yep, smoked out. They're going to surely have to wait that one
Save,
out.
Maybe?
25,
It has
lads.
to be a save. Oh, look at Alexi pushing along right now. He could try and deny a couple of guns here.
He's actually going to sweep mid. Maybe he will pivot suicide, and still not certain after the mid to B action. They haven't had confirmation, and so, yeah, we are just going to be seeing quite a low frag round of Counter-Strike here.
Yeah, not a lot happened.
No.
Really just warded off by a bit of utility there.
Yeah.
So one kill, couple of well-placed smoke grenades, and that'll be the round right there. So continuing the back and forth nature of this, I think the most anybody's been able to string together so far is 2. So we haven't really seen any huge streaks of rounds coming on through just yet.
Is it still safe to expect the CT side to be leaving with the majority?
Yeah, I would think so. We're in a bit of a CT-sided meta right now. I think most of the maps are CT-sided. So I think that G2 would probably be setting their sights on 9. You know, 9 would be pretty comfy.
He's going to set up once again for the rumble in mid. And so far, G2, other than the initial scout connection, have been able to get across safely without too much of a problem. Magic showing off with his self-boost.
They've actually played Nico towards long with Alexi this time, right? They haven't just left him on his lonesome, which they did in a couple of rounds. So expecting a change-up right here out of Spirit. Honestly, saw the head, didn't he?
We all did. That's what he's waiting for. Okay. Patsy gone, and already Spirit operating down 2.
He didn't even blink, though, when the head came across the screen, so... Oof.
I guess he's seen it so often.
Hello.
That's a big catch over the smoke. Alexi through, convinced he was safe and sound, but not anticipating a very patient Magix. Bit of parkour to see over that smoke. Jax does activate. Information flowing now for G2 as the 3 remaining. Nico turns his back. Lackadaisical on the clear, bomb scooped up, Magic supporting for the mid-cross. Jax is in T-spawn.
He'll be quick on this, though.
He does have to be quick, otherwise it's just 2. Monacy's got a lot on his plate. Worried about everything. Traces through, a missed shot, Chopper advancing, nice connection, Siren down. They are closing this gap, Monacy is going to fall out. And now Hunter and Jax. Jax has managed to get down to long, and this is the perfect weapon for the job. Bomb to be planted. Hunter's got the gap closed, and so is the round 5 for the G2 boys.
You could see there Monacy was extremely worried about long, but as soon as Magix gets a kill in the feed, they know that the long presence is now joined short. That allowed Jax to accelerate the flank coming on through and just set themselves up for that. A little bit unfortunate on the timing right there for Nico when he pushed out short, because he had a team flash coming on through. There was just nobody on the other side of things, but well handled. And G2 will post another right now. This is going to put Spirit in a bit of an odd spot. They're taking a tactical timeout to have a bit of a conversation here. The high end of the finances is Chopper at 4.5. They got 3 players who could grab out some AKs, and Dexter and Patsy could operate with something a little bit lower. Dexter could even operate with a scout here, right? So if they wanted to buy on into this, they could, but it looks like it's going to be light. See the utility being invested, some Tech 9s being scooped on up. Loss bonus obviously starting to build right there. Will be 2,400 into the next.
Completely undaunted and unfazed by that flash of Patsy prior to the engagement. Nice play from him, puts him up to 4. That's Monacy just evening out the kill spread.
I'm going to be curious where they want to finish with this here, because they aren't taking the long spawns that they had. They have enough utility to do a mid to B or to do a B explode. And right now we've got 3 players with the bomb in upper dark.
Okay, clear intentions. It worked in their 2-man disadvantage. That was pistols though. Very different lay of the land again. Deep CT smoke will scramble.
And maybe it worked a little bit too well. There's a 3-man rifle stack right now on the B site. Nico just gets to go wherever he wants or wherever Alexi feels. And right now, putting the sharpest tool in the shed right now to defend the B bomb site, which is seeming to be the target of Spirit's affections. Now, do you want to keep smoking and mollying off tunnels, or do you want them to come, right? How much utility do you really want to put into this position? I have a couple of incendiaries left over. The mid to B util is being lined on up, setting up the crisscross variation. And yeah, well, this B bomb site should be locked on down.
Charging in. Yeah, it should, being the operative word. We do have 5 converging. Nico going to be looking to close. Hunter to take initial engagements. Jack's the same, posted up tons. Here they come. Ooh. Wow, nice exchange on that P250. Hunter, good for it. Deals with the threat, only Siren, and he runs on into that AUG scope. Feeling good about that one. Not too many losses. The finances will continue to swell. Spirit, they called the timeout. They thought it through, just not as much impact as they would have hoped.
Yeah, and the fact that they take Nico down first, the sleeper cell got removed, and the other 2 pillars were just able to combine right there. Hunter, one more off of the ace. I don't know if we've had an ace yet today. Haven't been keeping track. Maybe we'll have to check out that ace counter at some point, but he didn't get across the line. Dex's AWP's back out here. This time not going to get boosted up and over, and they want to scale down quickly through mid with this suicide play.
A lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Siren now.
They're scaling fast down mid here, Alex, and there's 2 in lower dart. This is about to get real spicy.
Yeah, loud steps, very loud steps. Quick, and immediately demonstrates that speed. Hunter provides the double, and bye-bye Spirit. The round should be over. Jax confirms our suspicions, only 1. Up and over. Want to see, not going to be anticipating this angle. A flash of him, but not much more. 7 for G2, happy with that one.
Yeah, playing silly games around the smoke there, honestly, wasn't he? Beautiful stuff from him. And you can see, as soon as they drop 2 into suicide and they park themselves behind that box, they want to scale quickly on mid. But if Dexter's not getting boosted up, he can't have full vision of lower dark, especially with how often they've been playing that aggressive maneuver. Maybe they were expecting the same smoke that they were going to be playing around, but this time it was a little bit of a different look. Mondesi able to punish right there, and just clamping down on upper dark has forced out the 2nd tactical timeout right here from Spirit, as the score now reads 7-3. So starting to run away with things here, G2. This is good. This is very solid.
Yeah, good signs of life out of G2. Opening game, very convincing.
I'm liking how flexible they're looking. We've seen a bunch of different setups. They've shown willingness to go aggressive. They're not sitting on their haunches, right? They're not going, let's just play default. We knew that we're better than these guys. They're actually keeping it active, making it jarring for Team Spirit, not allowing them to have all this space on their defaults. If you can't establish a default on Dust2, you're in a world of hurt. And we haven't even seen them go all in long yet. Where have been in their all in long plays?
True. Probably because when they did show up, Nico killed 2 people and you were decided it was already not worth it. Oh, lots of space. Look at this. Siren already stretching his legs, doing a little yoga up mid. And, oh, just unlucky on the timing. Nico should have been caught out. Unable to find the Deagle headshot. Patsy makes good on his teammate's shortcomings. 2 here. Alexi a little overzealous now, and Mondesi's got a lot to do. The cavalry's on its way. Quick cantering from Hunter back through mid. You got Jax locking the door behind him. This should be the end of them. Nice nade. Hunter eliminates 1 of the 3. And off angle, Magic's eliminated, and that will do nicely. They are ignited 8 for G2. They'll win out the CT half, and now everything else is just whipped cream.
Yeah, that's beautiful stuff right there. And Nico even recovered, right? He got caught out of position, able to recover, still get 1 kill. Is that a PP my zone?
Yeah, I furrowed my brow as well.
A little bit of a miss spy there, but look, their cash is looking very tidy, so not too many dramas. And, you know, the 64 bullets of pain, maybe they want to pick it up for a bit of fun.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, they've got the Abacus out. It's actually Dexter's missing head armor they're looking to exploit. Hunter, he's going to make no secret of his presence, and immediately...
So naughty.
Look what he's done. This is, again, the mind games. You're talking about not being able to establish a default. Hunter's probably a real big reason as to why.
Yeah, and I love the way that they're dealing with this. That smoke immediately out of spawn right there, not only does it help them with the cross, it makes lower dark or like an Xbox jump up always a bit of a problem, always a bit of a question mark for Spirit here. You have to expend more utility, you have to expend more time, and then by the time you do make it through lower dark, well, you realize there's nobody on the other side, and they're just doing it default setup. We didn't catch that one, don't worry.
No, not at all. And Magic's pin has been heard. Oh, flashing himself. They are looking a little out of sorts. And Sendry should cover the floor to the extent by which Alexi is safe if he wants to get out. Chopper has been tagged on down. Operating down at 19 HP. Now the AXEC worked. Vanguard smokes. Get in. Chopper would have to multi-kill as he did before.
Yeah, we need to really recount what utility is available here because it's only a flash from m0NESY to try and enable Nico during all of this. Alexi has another flash and a HE as well, but he's committed long right now and no smokes or ahead of them at least.
They only had one. Flashes are good, but vision's restored and it's up to this AWP duel. Head to head, Nico does take the AWPer down. m0NESY just shy of the shoulder. And that's room for them to cross into the site. There is a little late lurk mid.
Oh, well placed. Look at that, bomb down.
15. What are you supposed to do? Magic
hurts.
Can't even get towards the site. You've got 10 seconds. You've got to go forward. No time for this plant. Alexi's already got himself back up ramp. And now they're just trying to survive. Not going to happen. That is cruel. That will hurt. And Team Spirit probably lacking that team spirit right now.
Yeah, and I was just having a little bit of a look right here. Opening kills has become a real issue for the squad. They have only 3 in total so far within this T side, 2 of which have come from Degster. You remember one of those in the early stages where we got that scout shot through the doors. That helped them get on the board early. But since then, you're looking at 1 for Magix and another for Degster. So the opening frags have just been going in the way of G2 time and time again.
But 5 rounds, Chad. Over the course of 5 rounds, we've seen 3 tack pauses out of Spirit. You want, a quick spark notes of how the game's been going? That's exactly it. You've got 1 left for the entirety of this map. And already 9 for G2. Couple of wobbles on the util.
I said we didn't see this.
And we're going to watch it in its all its glory. But this is the nade, though. That early damage, it was just a spray from the double doors on his catwalk walk. Chopper finished off nicely. And that's why you leave those HEs in CT. You've got a lot of good signs of life out of G2.
And that's why this map can be snowbally. Once the CTs can drop 5 extra pieces of utility and spawn to use from that CT position, and Hunter can keep doing this.
Okay, it's Alexi's turn to frag up a storm, a double from the stolen AK. Nice tag if he had have hit that follow-up. Dexter, M4 on the floor, more interested in the scout to open up this long avenue. 3 versus Forts. Favors G2 once again.
Well, they have some map control, at least. That's probably the only positive thing for Spirit right now. Patsy's been able to lurk his way out mid, has been able to tuck himself into that little cubby. The long pressure is definitely being felt, and Alexi's trying to take some space back towards short. 2 smokes to be lined on up. 1 for Dexter, 1 for Chopper.
His jump throws.
Yeah, I think you're
misbehaving.
Bang on.
His jump throws misbehaving.
I think, you've nailed it right there, because the flash that we saw in the previous,
Bingo.
and now the smoke not working there, some issues with the config.
You'll have to hit up Maui. He's got the geekiest, most modern jump throw. No aliases, no funny business. Oh, that is some funny business. CT savior. Oh, and actually slipped the net. It looks like Alexi's at least aware that that was a possibility. But that frag on CT has enabled some real leg weight into this site. Bomb to be planted safely, uncontested. Jax, however, keeps it level. Big fight here. m0NESY chooses to take the fight on his own, and he'll finish with a flourish. Jax, long range. And it was a threatening round. The bomb down, the closest we've seen in some time, but Spirit's still unable to get past that 3-round mark.
Yeah, going to be some issues here for Dex. So just having something as simple like that not working for you, that's a problem, right? And that's going to stick in your head. I can't do the normal utility that I want to throw right here. So I don't know if he's going to be able to plug the whole of this in time to get things back underway, and maybe it's already too late. The scoreline starting to blow on out here, 10-3.
I mean, Chad, right? You've attended majors. You know the smallest things, the smallest, like, how does that not get in your head and under your skin?
We had little things like when you would do the timeouts, right? Because we had old boomer configs. Like back, you would auto buy would be F1, but that would be the vote button too. And if you'd already pressed the vote button to pause and you hit it twice, you'd auto buy. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and you just
really
triggered for the whole game. Siren trying to change things. I love the pace out of this one, but already it's been dealt with, and Nico's in the feed for a pair. Oh, Spirit really lacking any sort of potency.
Yeah, over at the RMRs, Dinko and I did a game where it was Team Spirit taking on Sinners on Nuke, and they started on the T side of that map. And I think they got 2 or 3 opening kills on the entire T half of Nuke, they were just getting owned. They were starting so many rounds in 2v5 or 3v5 situations because everywhere they went to take space, they were just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
And they were completely shut on out. And that's exactly what it feels like right here. Right? A little bit of a jarring play from G2 to do the conditioning early with the aggression through the lower tunnels, the mid pushes, the short aggro. They've been very active around that part of the map, and it's just given nothing for Spirit to work with here. Is guess what, Dexter? They see you coming. Nico takes you down through the doors, and this one feels like it's already done. Look at the score right here from the Cousins, 14 for Hunter. 15 for Hunter, 14 for Nico.
You know, that's also the contract buff. You know, when you've just re-signed, and you've just re-signed with your cousin, both sitting in the room, holding the pen, smirking as you click it.
The family's all around.
The family's all around. Little round of applause.
Yeah, Yanko's there, waving.
Yeah. I'll still remember, I Nation. We all remember.
I'm sure they're watching on right now.
Patsy, on your head.
It's just been so jarring, this mid-smoke, just the aggression that Hunter's been getting away from here. But here we go. Maybe a last-ditch attempt, 11-4. Wouldn't be too bad.
11-4, Zonic's Law knocking on the door. Nico puts him on the floor. Chopper gone. And there's more to come. Manasi primed and ready. He wants to sweep through the long clear. They will Molotov him out. Doesn't even need to extinguish if he's got short control. This is the test. Oh, he's read them so well, but Magix places the bullets.
Oh,
Cranium through the windshield. Big find, but not able to convert. Patsy's going to be punching his screen. Nice shot over there. That's what the Krieg does best. Nico's gone, and Alexi is susceptible to these taps. Down to 14. Continuing their crawl. Plenty of time. The boost, they could catch weird timing here.
You need to be careful. They're quite noisy about this too.
Safe passage, Gandalf occupied.
Jax is flanking here.
There's a lot riding on that. Is he going to pause? No, and that's the end of him. Dexter's doing a lot here. Magix does fall on the grass, and both of them do. G2 don't need to see their opponent. Smell-o-vision. Dexter all alone. Good opportunity, though. And that's 1 and 2. There's your 4th. Holds down mouse 1 for that necessary 4th round.
Didn't even need a swipe. They just put their head in the vice right there, straight into the guillotine. So they will grab that 4th. And, okay, you want to start building a bit of a picture right here. The pistol, the conversions, the first gunny. We're back in it. That's how Zonic's Law works, the 11-4. So maybe you are a fan of Spirit out there. You like the Dragon logo. Well, let's see how far they can really push the issue here. Or can Alexi B and the boys get things done and dusted quite quickly? Hunter ended up finishing the half with 17 total, so quite a good showing from him right here. But this is the round from Dexter. Nice one onto Nico right there, and this is the double. The 2-piece feed to finish it off. Tidy work right there, the headshots. He's going to be happy with that as well. Those frustrations that we were talking about with the jump by, maybe not feeling that as much, but we do see double Julies. 2 times dual Berettas, 4 pistols in the hands of Patsy and Dexter combined right now as they've been dropped those across from Chopper.
All right, well, nothing like a little akimbo rush. And in straight into Jax's crosshair. Both gone. Problem solved. That was 2 armored Julies deleted by 1 Frenchman.
Yeah, it's still big issues here as far as opening kills go, right? They wanted to take the aggression as the CT side. You want to get the opening to try and snowball this. You got 3 in total in the first half. And now you start off the T side, 2 men down. This is almost exactly how the pistol started for them in the first half. And then right now, if you're G2, you can sit, you can wait, you can hope there's more aggression, which there is. Magix is trying his luck. This feels bleak. Someone needs to step up with a hero moment right here, right now. Maybe it's Magix.
Yeah, he can click heads. No absence of that. Hinge smoke does enable full access to short. 3 of them start to charge on through. Manasi late long. Nice smoke from Nico, just throwing it on the fly. Huge amount of info. 2 called on A. Does that force the rotate through tons? You could go back still. And they will. Heard, though. Siren screaming.
They're ahead of this. Oh, baiting him back and forth.
They are playing wicked games here.
Oh, he's hearing the footsteps. Alexi's talking a lot right now. He's calling the rotation back over.
It's up to Nico, though. He knows Chopper was occupied here. And Chopper wants to go. Still time. Nico should have him. Does track him nicely.
Another
confirmation of A, yeah. It's just a mind game at this point. Just using those sound cues. A whole other level to it. And now the simple side of it, the fundamentals, crosshairs on heads and clicking.
And it's so rough right there for Siren, right? He sees 2 of them crossing. he has to go take that fight. He's out of position, and now it's up to Siren and Magix right now. I feel like they need to hold on to the armor. Like, that's probably the best option they have in this situation, and I don't think Nico's going to allow it. Oh, crispy one onto Magix. The last one falls of Siren. Clean and easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better feeling. You're already coming in with the lead, 11-4. There's a little light joke in the TS about, you know, making sure it's an important pistol, but Jags, 10 seconds in, you can see the fun and games being had. By the way, these guys immediately, first game together, made sure that they were sitting next to each other and continue to see that as a recurring theme for G2. Look at the precision out of Nico as well. He's ready to frag, toe tag, and indeed body bag. Some 5.7s. Going to be seeing a lot more of them. That's my theory for Antwerp.
Yeah, they've been making their way back in the 5.7. Yeah, I think everyone's still a bit, you know, they love the good old Deagle.
Yeah, well, it's a whole lot less satisfying.
The 5.7, yeah.
You almost feel like you've cheated the system.
I feel you a little bit there. Secondary boost in the rounds. The suicide boost paid off for the tag on a Dexter. Now just really being diligent about this one at G2 because they can just dribble this one across the line here. There shouldn't be too many qualms. You win out in a round like this, you're able to avoid this upgraded pistol round. Spirit have to eco. At that point, we're looking at 14 for G2, and there's 2 more necessary. So as long as they don't stumble here, all good.
Yeah, the Patsy is in a forward position to try and catch this. A little bit of a timing. Ooh, jumps for info and actually hits him. Oh, and finished off as well. Alexi's playing some Call of Duty today. And already the bricks starting to fall fully blind as Alexi farms up another $600 frag. Magix has got a 5.7 demonstration. Quick tap, very mobile, speedy in his execution. Siren takes some space. They'll be anticipating that. Alexi, you've done so much in mid. Yeah, it's not the fight for him. 2 HP. Ooh, step, missing shots and forces him off. Dexter, in the meantime, in the chaos, enables... Oh, nice tag. Yeah, big problems in Little Dust2. Magic's tracking. One more would have been a dream, a godsend. Instead, CT to be smoked. Keeping it simple, bomb to be planted.
Oh, giving himself a one-way here to work with. All right, Hunter.
A scout on long will eventually become a threat, and Dexter scout especially. 11 frags and counting. Hunter to come up clutch, but Team Spirit, this would put them right back into the conversation. Hunter just back 10 and does catch the timing. AK, time to steady his aim. Anticipate and execute. Siren gone. G2 advancing closer to the magic number. Another on the board, 13. And nothing left in the coffers for Team Spirit.
It's a big game as well, right, for G2 to immediately within the challenger stage put themselves up into the 2-0 column. They'll get an opportunity tomorrow to immediately go through in a 3-0 stage. You want to make it quick.
Yeah.
You don't want to show much of your playbook in this stage because, let's say, the scarier sharks are waiting in the bigger pool, which is the legend stage, right? You've obviously got your heroics, you've got your Cloud9s. That's where Na'Vi, that's where FaZe are already. Some of the bigger names. If you can avoid showing a lot of your playbook now, you don't have to give away too many of your little moves, of your little tricks. You can save that for the further round. So the quicker that they can get through games like this, the better, and the cleaner. Yeah,
the luxury of those best of ones as well. We'll have seen 1 Inferno, 1 Dust2. Couldn't be more basic.
Which is how G2 seemed to want to go over there as well in the RMRs. They were sticking to more of the standard map pool.
Uh-oh, there's a lot of bodies here, and 2 already. Blue on brown, problems now. We do see m0NESY dealing with it, and Hunter should have this. Magic's nearly evaded that crosshair. But a Spirit are making another little bit of a go of this one.
Oh, a bit flustered there from Dexter. Shown himself. It's allowed this flank for Siren to come on in. Hunter seems to be aware of the push. 2 flashes out mid.
Siren, a man of taste and culture. The mint kimono P250 prowls in and does nothing. Just Dexter, and they know last seen doors hasn't really relocated. In smoke might entice him to... Oh, you think he may have heard the mantle as well. $22 for Hunter, 17 for Nico. So far, over the course of these 2 maps, every name you'd need to see has been present.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you want, right? So coming into it, if you consider G2 a little bit shaky, this is helping to dispel any of that, showing good form from the individuals because m0NESY obviously had a good game on Inferno earlier. So that's starting to piece it together. I'm liking the direction they're going in terms of those aggressive maneuvers we saw on the CT side. It's not just sitting back, right? They're actually being quite proactive in their approach to the game. So some upgrades here. I think there was a Mac 10 on Jax's hands. It's now turned into a Magic AK-47. And double orbs, Dexter and Patsy to try and defend Spirit's honor here.
Quick Molotov, Alexi aware of the power of an aggressive CT move. That's what we saw for the first 15. This time he's there to counter it.
Look at this from Patsy. Very brave stuff here. He's in no man's land.
I mean, it's a Hail Mary. Double orbs. You've got to throw some aggression, get an early advantage, and then lock it down. They had the flash. Patsy still gets the frag and away. Nico gone. One of the highest flyers. Clipped.
Oh, spotted him there.
Hunter's going for it. He wants the jewel, and Dexter happy to give it to him. Led to the belly. Magic's very, very lucky to have gotten away, but vision restored only for a moment before Jax does snub his lights out. On the car is Chopper. Doesn't have the means to extinguish should he be Molotov'd out. And Jax has the opportunity to do so once that smoke clears. Silent dismount. Nothing on his initial jiggle. That's the Molotov you need to clear Chopper out, but they go in contact. You better be checking.
Oh,
nice find. Hunter and Alexi progress. Don't have to rush it now. You can see the CTs will occupy short, even actually splitting up, as opposed to going as a two-man unit in this 3-on-3.
This volley from Alexi would be perfectly placed right now. They can get the bomb down, right? This is going to buy him a buffer to plant, even if it's safe side. The flank coming in from long, not accounted for just yet. But m0NESY, he's aware that this is open, starting to pivot on back right now. If he locks this one down, if he takes Patsy out of the equation, they can win this round.
He's actually going for a deeper clear. Patsy, wide out, and a big headshot out of Patsy. First major for him. Trying to extend play. Jax not ready for the ramp presence. They've got some great timings, great frags, all onto Jax. Low HP and even lower. Patsy will make good on that long lurk. And 5, they stop that 15 from manifesting just yet.
Yeah, a couple of really nice kills there from Patsy. That opening that he got in towards the lower tunnels, it felt like the stream froze.
It did.
You know, like time just stood still for a moment there as he got that kill coming on through. So the kill onto m0NESY as well, that was big. It felt like m0NESY looked at his radar or something like that, because Patsy had an extra moment to take that fight as well. So 2 opportunities where Patsy wasn't favored, or shouldn't have been, and able to profit from those. That's what I was talking about there. It's just like a slight little time delay. So the flash must have just been on and off. But a good round from Patsy to help keep Spirit alive in this. 14-5 now. Can't get out the full buy here, G2. So immediately humbled. Going to keep it conservative. They don't need to rush this one.
Hello, sir. Patsy's really got a new lease of life to him.
He could give an AWP over here against pistols.
It wouldn't take much, would it?
No, this is a bit of an issue now.
And watch this bait. Strafe off the box. He hasn't hit it. Jax down. Now he needs to get out. And dumping is util to enable it. Dexter has the cross. And they are just going to walk into B. Siren, a FAMAS, and a Dream. Perfectly locked down. That AK, though, is still in play. Hunter picks it up and is knocked down immediately. Good to see Dexter getting the gimmies.
Okay. Well, 14-6. They're working on it now. They're building their way back in. This is not going to be an easy comeback by any means. So if they keep making the rounds jarring in the same way G2 did in the first half, right? It's going to then start asking some questions. But as I mentioned, we didn't see Spirit go for a lot of like all-in long plays. I don't know if that's because they felt that they couldn't. Maybe the spawns weren't there for them. That's sometimes another factor. Nice shot from Nico. Does go on down. But now they can get the guns back out. So what will their approach be here? Alexi's a little bit light on. He's only got 3K to his name. The rest all have over 4. m0NESY could go Glass Cannon AWP as well here. So there's a couple of options as far as the buy goes, but they are going to take a timeout. The second right now being used from G2 to have this conversation. Get Xtaz, the coach, on the mic. Get him to have a bit of a chit-chat just to see what solutions they can come up with here. Taking a little bit of a look as well with the spawns. They don't have great long spawns here either. So if they wanted to go for something a little bit quicker for that map control, they don't have anybody who spawned over towards that side. Yeah,
in the interview, HLTV, very rapid on these interviews.
Aren't they quick?
I mean, my goodness, I couldn't believe it that it was already up. But you're talking about his first matchup here at the PGL Antwerp Major. Alexi B sat down with HLTV, and one of the things he addressed was not only how important they'd made it clear to everyone on the team that the starting strong is important. Like a dominant first win can really set the pace and the tempo. But also he talked about the fact that every time they did feel like the other team, the opponent, was coming back in, a timeout and they found a solution. Xtaz likely providing that solution, has a bit of a brain trust with that of Alexi. Nico likely to chip in. So let's see if that solution immediately has been found, and if Chad can help us identify what their theory may be.
Well, they went with the glass cannon onto m0NESY here, right? So allowing him to work with the AWP, very important, as he definitely got the spot there onto Patsy. So seeing each other is going to negate his impact here, Patsy. And now aware of the next fight coming through lower. But this is just a default round. They're actually just in a default spread right now. This is a bit more of a popular way to do the default since the map changed. 3 through tunnels. You need a bit of extra resources to take the upper dark presence now with that change. You can have your anchor towards long being Jax just to listen, and then your AWP player playing top mid. And that's what they've gone for here. Now the question is, do they want to go for a mid to B, or do they want to go for an A execute up cat? They know they're against double AWPs, right? That is in the back of their minds here.
Yeah, and they've been reminded of that quite frequently. Patsy with 2 openings in 2 rounds with that secondary AWP. Congregation of the Samurai here in mid.
One of the issues right now is neither of the AWPs is exactly where you want it. Patsy is committed to this long fight, and Dex is over towards B. So it means it's the rifles on A that are going to be the ones dealing with this. Chopper and Magic's combined. This is not the type of setup you want. You want to get Patsy back over here to chime on in.
Oh, yeah, and that no armor on m0NESY's going to have him on high alert. The nade as well looks destined for greatness. Good chunk taken out of 3 members of the G2 squad. Anticipation with Flash pulled, and Magix is going to be that first contact in unison with that of Patsy's AWP. Now over towards the car. This is where Patsy has to strike, and has another frag onto Nico. Magix takes his target, and they're all doing the dance, and a full 3-man spray. A whole magazine pummels G2, and Hunter with his tail between his legs, trying not to have his head mounted on the wall, and that will do nicely. Okay, Spirit really are starting to turn this one around.
That's a great round to win because the AWPs were out of position, but I guess there was a tell that it was going to be that short play. Chopper immediately dropped down in towards spawn, was worried about the CT drop, right? They then had Magix, as we saw, just holding that flash, and Patsy gave up long. He was playing from the car position completely during all of this here. So I'm not sure if they've identified a tell of how Jax anchors outside long, right? If they make sure they post it with the AWP, or he hasn't jiggled, he hasn't played the car, we don't think there's anybody holding outside long. Helps them stack over towards that short side of the map here. Blue bin molly, doors smoke, vision denied, long control taken. Simple, by the book. And now on the other side of things, G2 trying to give themselves an opening with a run boost. Let's see how quick Dexter can be on the flick on this one. Don't think he caught that one whatsoever, so no information either way here.
Oh, Hunter does dart across and lives on to tell the tale of the missed AWP shot. Dexter too shy. And they are in certainly a solid A defensive stack. You can see 3 again comfortably leaning this way as the group of pistols come on charge. In a bouncy, m0NESY doesn't get far, and it's Magix again with the multi-kill. Certainly going to do some... or be helpful for his stats. 18 now going positive, the only member of Spirit to do so alongside with Dexter.
So just opening kill watch, because it was a topic throughout that first half where G2 were definitely getting the better of Spirit. It's the last 5 rounds consecutively, the opening kill has now gone in the favor of Spirit. So it's a clear win condition here for either team as far as these rounds are starting to simmer on through. But let's see if we finally get a bit of a change-up of pace right now. There is a good long spawn coming on in for Nico, right? They could try and send him on out the doors, but looks like they're keeping it by the book here. A bit more default heavy. Mid-door molly to dissuade the lower dark push, and there's an opener. That's the change of tune they were looking for.
Yeah, onto the AWP, Patsy, not this time. Oh! Chopper spanked and tanked by m0NESY. That was quick. 2 very swift opening frags, and now look what you've got. You've got 90 seconds, and I was about to say unlosable. We never go 100%.
We've learnt.
We've learnt. But heavy advantage now in the palms of G2's hands.
Yeah, they'd have to give away a couple of kills here. So Dexter has just now called out that long lurk. Doors smoked off and denied, but with 2 players over towards upper tunnels early, Siren has an awful lot on his plate here in the smoke
I like
fade.
it. I like this. Alexi's got a lot of visualization, and this is not what he's anticipating. Just flirting with aggression here.
He needs a couple. He needs a couple.
He's looking to win the round on this one spray, expecting the swing, allowed to get away. Elopes back into the site. Util thrown, 55 and counting. Still that two-man advantage. Siren needed one, gets nothing done. 15 looms. The rest completely disconnected from the site, and G2 look to have bagged themselves off the back of their star AWP. A 15th.
Yeah, Magix right now is having his choice of utility in CT spawn here. Obviously, knowing they're up against it, Spirit have been investing a little bit more into that utility and leaving it at their feet on their way out from freeze time. But
it's just interesting to me to see how he approached that mid-peak. Just waiting it out, extended, expecting to catch him on his clear when he's sticking out. And of course, having that advantage, the peeker's advantage.
You can see there they definitely wanted to try and dissuade that lower dark play as well, right? It was priority number one. Let's not let Patsy get into lower dark with that AWP, hey boys. Make sure that we deny him that territory. And there's the change of the tune, right? We were talking about the fact that the opening kills were going in the favor of Team Spirit round after round. Well, when Modesty gets 2, you don't have any map control. That happens within the first, 10, 15 seconds of the round. You kind of set right back there, and a bit of a cheeky smile on his face as I think he knows he's just secured the team. Round number 15, just one more to go. I think over there on the secondary stream, Renegades have been absolutely owned as well, Alex. It's
oh dear.
Yeah, it wasn't a great showing from them. 16-2. Eternal Fire owned them.
Oof,
absolutely owned them.
I am happy for the Eternal Fire boys that they have managed to get this far. You know, seeing their name, seeing their logo, and knowing their story.
It's a cool sticker.
It's a very cool sticker. Fair play.
Okay, setting up for a long pop here. Util in the hands of Modesty, extinguished from Jax, and out the doors they go. One towards Pit to find. Nade on through, but position given up. Jax is just heat-seeking right now.
Yeah, he's spraying out full blind, and just as the smoke arrives, he will be allowed to get through. Chopper, he's standing strong and firm for the first. Magix as well. One and done. Hunter secures that. Haven't seen a mid-round like this before. So, 2v3 with so much time. This is about to get spooky. Long lost. Modesty occupies, and it's going to be Dexter to try and get that information, the pace of which will be set by him. There's no way Modesty's going to go hunting on his own.
I'm just starting to creep on up here, so I can't call car clear. Sure, they have a little bit of space. They have double smokes right now to get them across. One's being dumped on out. There's the second to follow. So they are over, and it is the AWP, so an overextension right now could be an issue.
Yeah, but it's not easy for Dexter here.
How many nades the CTs have as well? Look, they can just lock down the site with Util of their own.
This is the fight he's been waiting for, and it's a flash of a bold head. Now he's posted. Short on lock on Monasty's watch. Flashes are high, do force him off, and at least elevators clear. 3 gathered short, 20 seconds, and more of that Util you discussed. That's the last of the flame in the bottle, though, and so... Okay, Hunter nearly down and out. One bullet would do it. Baits the shot, nade late, bomb down, and there's another round to be played. Spirit handled business in that retake.
Close, though. Made it close. Made it interesting, all things considered. Out of position for a moment there, but able to secure that 9th round, and... Well, their cash is still great, right? And I guess now that the other team's on 15, that's not even a huge conversation. We know that we're going to be all-inning every single round, but it does mean that they can keep having all this extra utility in spawn, right? It does give them a little bit of extra something if the rounds do kind of taper out exactly as that one did.
Equal on opening kills. We saw, of course, Monasty's very quickly and very recently. Dexter on par. Another opportunity this time goes awry. Alexi towards long, and there's a whole barrage of Util to facilitate this.
One of these has to work, right? One of these long all-ins has to work. The previous one, there was a lot more of an aggressive CT setup. This time they're out. They haven't had to worry about the trade game. They have the space to work with. They just need to deal with Patsy, and here comes the flames.
Yeah, nice Molotov. No Q on that. Doesn't hit, and he does. Halves Modesty finishes him off. 2 consecutive connect onto the 17-year-old. Man advantage, another opening. Patsy now Molotoved off. He should be cooked. Should be 20 HP, and nade will do it. Hell, a paperclip might. And now info. Nico confirms. Back to Gandalf's side.
I feel like they're committed to long right here, G2. They don't know what lies on the other side of the long doors. And if they wanted to commit their bodies, hold up a second, there's a gap for Nico to work with. And on the unscope, Patsy strikes. Doing a good job here, Patsy, with this secondary AWP on the CT side. Complementing Dexter nicely here. Being able to climb on up. 14 kills for Patsy now. 19 for Magic, 17 for Dexter. So that's the 3 where the frags are coming from. The Util being dumped again. Still uncertain about Carr. And I said, one of these long plays have to work, maybe not.
Yeah, well, certainly not this one. Clinical in the shutdown, run boost into the pit, and there's so many bodies ready to take this fight. They have got pace behind this. Well-placed incendiary. Forces them wider.
It's just not enough time. 20 seconds. They're going to need to make all the kills, and now. Oh,
yeah,
gap
there's
too.
a gap, and that is another for Patsy. He's farming now. The AWP does it all.
Go for the ace, son. Give it a crack.
Could be the first. Patsy looking to finish with that ace and extend play once again. It's Hunter to fall. Ace for Patsy, his first major, and he takes all 5.
Beautiful stuff. And he's going to be happy about that one. What a round. I can't believe that he survives so long towards Kai, even gets away, and then goes for the reaggress to get the final kill. Beautiful stuff. And up to double digits. We have a game now, just 5 more necessary for OT. Might be starting to feel the sweat on the brow right now as Xtaz has called another timeout here. Talking them through, trying to get them across the line. One more remaining here for G2. Cash, not fantastic either. Jax and Alexi are the only 2 above that 4K mark. So I think we'll be looking at a bit of a half buy right now.
If this was like, you know, Counter-Strike, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and we weren't watching and casting this game, and I said to you, how do you counter double AWPs on Dust2?
Oh, dear. Okay. Do I get multiple choice? Or?
You got 30 seconds, or you can phone a friend.
Okay. I think that a mid to B could work quite nicely here. You know the crisscross variation that we saw Spirit running in the first half?
Both sides, yeah.
Yeah, because that one over towards the B side will shroud you coming out mid to B. If you were to do a traditional mid to B and the AWPer was playing, say, window, right, he's going to pop a couple there. Yeah. So if you're able to get away with a mid to B like that, and close down a little bit of space, but
oh, man.
Yeah, they can't even get dark control. This is the same problem G2 were causing for Spirit in the first half.
So close, yet so far. Touching distance of the finish. Spirit, resilient. Patsy looking for more trouble. Gets another.
It's very annoying. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's something back.
Wait. There's another opportunity here, and he is a quick flick away. Misses his first, so does Patsy. Both on the bolt. Still fighting, still missing.
Look at this.
What is going on? Modessy's finally shut down. How many opportunities? Oh, a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for Spirit. You know, that would have been a way back in.
Yeah. Wow, okay. Well, we can settle in because now the guns, that was a half buy, right? It looked a little bit more threatening with some Galils scattering the board here, but it was a half buy. Now it's a full buy. Now they've got all the bells and whistles right now, G2, to try and get this one done because it is starting to get scarily close.
3 HEs left at CT. Nothing to be found on their initial peek down mid.
I think one of the bigger issues when we talk about double ops as well is just getting through the normal waypoints of a Dust2 default without getting picked off.
Yeah.
That's one of the keys, and that becomes an issue of expending a couple more flashes. And then when you get to your point of having to go for the execute, you don't have everything you require. So if you can get the map control with bodies alone, maybe taking a risk or 2, a run boost instead of a flash here or there, might give you the last pieces of the puzzle to help you execute. And it looks like they're setting up for this short control.
Well, mission accomplished so far. We haven't seen any nade damage, no AWP tags. 5 alive. That changes again. Patsy straight to the thigh. Straight to the center of mass, and Modesty forced to watch again. 15th death conceded, and that was the bomb. A lot of information and a lot of pace taken out of this from G2. I was about to celebrate that they'd got to short without a casualty. Well, Patsy's changing that, and another flash of Hunter crossing through. Lots of info and lots of presence mid. Will drop his smoke. Nico allowed to go looking. Little one way on that. No one present. It's actually aggressive towards long Magics. And you can see Alexi's acknowledged that there is a big gap in their setup. Potential for that long aggression. Nico drops straight down to CT. Dexter on the hunt.
Chasing
Nico is going to crawl fast. Dexter's got a lot of pressure here. And it is up to Magics from long. G2 have the site. A man advantage, though, for the Spirit retake.
No utility here to defend this G2. Just going to have to do it with bullets alone right now.
Just Magics. And look at him dance. Takes another on the AD and all onto Jax. Spirit set for a 12th here. 4v1. Just got to find this last one. Jax stubborn for the first. And we will see 12. This really is getting scary for G2.
Patsy's really annoying to deal with right now. The fact that he doesn't care, that he knows there was an AWP on the other side, and it actually lured him into the fight. Right? Modesty spammed the doors with the AWP, and then Patsy goes, oh, that's where you are. Let me come fire you. Gets the kill. You're right, the bomb's dropped. It's loose. Information garnered immediately. And this kid on the AWP, look, he's been involved in a lot of opening exchanges. I'm having a look right now. He's been involved in 12. And look, he hasn't come out on the winning side. He's lost 7, he's won 5. But on this CT side, when he's winning them out, it means so much for Team Spirit in converting these rounds. The plant's good. The buy's back out. There's no AWP for m0NESY right now.
Look at that T-smoke.
It's a change. They go on B. Extinguish, or are they just going to wait this out?
There's a timing on this. What a lot of damage. Jeez, Louise.
Here they go.
2 of them, half health. The walk-in wounded, aggressive. Siren deals with the problem. Team Flash as well, but Nico, and now only m0NESY on the way towards B. He's going to have to pull the plug on that. Completely disconnected from his partner in crime.
With these two still alive, there's a bit of a chance to make this one work here. Nico's in suicide right now. Could just be playing for a little bit of information, worried about that short push. m0NESY can call that clear from lower tunnels, but look at this. They don't know where the fight is coming from. You can see how passive they're being right now. How do they even get together, right? This AWP, you can see it separating the two of them.
Yeah, he is the bookmark between these two.
If Nico goes up... Oh, this might be the first fight here, spotted.
Gets across, baits the shot. It's Patsy though, and Nico looking the wrong way. More impact found. And a 1v3 for the close. Asking a lot of m0NESY. Patsy from long side. First of the 3 found already. He's been whittled away at good damage. They start to regroup. Long rotations from that 2 B defenders. Patsy willing to keep him looking at 15 HP. He's got nothing to work with. And it's Siren as well that's contributing. This will go right down to the full 30. Regulation, even OT, if Spirit can make this run and convert it. How many consecutive now? This will be 6 in a row.
I'm having a look right now, and I'm just counting off the scoreboard here, but I think in the first half, Patsy only had 5 kills. He now has 21. Like, this has been quite the CT showing from him. He's been having a lot of impact here. A lot of impact indeed. Magic's up to 21 kills as well. This has been a really good showing. And you consider how this first half went, right? We're looking at a drubbing within that CT side. It just felt like G2 were doing everything and more. And now, what a comeback this has been.
So we've seen them try the long all-in. We've seen them try the B all-in. You still haven't seen the Chad Birchall submission of a mid to B. Maybe the conversation to be had. This is actually their last tactical pause coming to a close.
That's crazy.
Now.
Yeah, and this is it. This is going to be for the last 3 rounds of play. Sorry, the last 2 rounds of play here. As they are going to equip into some AKs. They can get the buy through once more. The max loss bonus is in play. Jax is actually... Okay, they're gonna hedge here. They're gonna just go for a bit of a partial so they can still buy into the next round, right? They're just leaving themselves enough cash so the 3,400 coming on through will secure them a buy, but it's still a threatening, scary round. AK scout, couple of digs, enough utility to make this one work.
It's gonna be long. Jax is gonna be the pointy end of this spear. And Hunter's got some pace behind this. Hinge, short, all pressured.
They're out long.
A lot of space taken, and AK fires off shots immediately. They get their Feckles up. And Patsy
spotted.
Caught out, not for a moment, as he does neutralize Hunter. Could be bad info, but he was alone. Nothing more to be seen in tons.
Oh, he needs to drop this now. They're so close, Magic. So you're not aware.
Drops his smoke to divide and conquer. Jax does find one on that AK. This is the duel. Magic stands strong. Big from Alexi. Could it just be the partial? 3v3. So much hard work and strife from Spirit to get this far back into the game. Siren is doing everything he can to extend play again. And now Nico, you can see he was planning an elaborate scheme. Has to just commit to long now.
They got smokes for the bomb as well. He's going to have to get some bangers on this.
First shot would have to be on this Inquisitive. Oh, Patsy, good for his 23rd, and we go all 30, Chad. It's OT or G2 getting through by the skin of their teeth. Yes, a dominant first half, but Spirit matching that here in the second.
I can't believe that this is happening right now. I'm actually a little bit shocked that this has just slowly crept back up on us. And I kind of feel the same for G2. It's like round after round, yeah, okay, they lost this one. It was a bit of a mid-round. Okay, that didn't go their way. Patsy found the opener, but this right now is feeling very, very bleak. Remember that round that they posted? m0NESY got 2 opening kills down middle with the AWP. And here he goes again, posted up on the boost, the spot on the cross, but nobody going to give him a chance for a fight here.
So much credit to be given as well to those attending your first major and still bringing these aggressive opening moves from the likes of Patsy with this AWP. He's not changing and succumbing to the pressure and caging himself. Here he is again, looking to catch over the precipice of the smoke. And he's trifling with trouble. The likes of Nico going to be hunting him down. He's got the better of him on multiple occasions. A good pop flash up the box, and pressure now mounting towards short side.
He's just hanging around. He's reflashed himself forward. He got the tag through the door.
Hunter's already down to 24. And you get another glimpse at Magix and his long holds. This is one of his more comfortable positions. Good for a multi more often than not, dumping his util. He will just hide and cower. Dexter bolts the rifle. He's alive, and so is Magix. G2, overtime looms. They were in such control of this game. And now Monacy, Molotov'd out. It's not going to spread. He will continue to be able to contribute, and crawling and creeping is Nico. Patsy loses his head. A good tap from Nico, and it would have to be quite the ace clutch.
30 seconds with the bomb down long. How are you getting the hell out of this one?
Oh, we actually have an overtime here.
There's no way. There is no way he wins this round. Not with 25 seconds left. Not with all these bodies to find.
He can't even get the bomb at this point.
And you can see how concerned he is. He's worried about a close mid-doors play. What a comeback right here from Spirit. 15-15. I can't believe we're going to overtime.
Amazing. Amazing, like, just fortitude out of Spirit. They go down and out. Don't forget, Dexter's whiffing his jump throws. They can't get flashes and smokes right. You come into the second half, and I cannot stop singing the praises of Patsy. I think he gave them the confidence and the conviction with a couple of those gimme rounds, a couple of those opening kills, to get everyone else to have time to catch their breath and get back online.
One of the key components to all of this was once the double AWPs came out, right? It didn't start well for them here, but once the double AWPs came out, that was a key component on this CT side. Now, one of the issues when you move into OT, sure, right, you get 10K, but if you lose this opening round right here from Spirit, and they obliterate everybody, they have to rebuy, the double AWPs become extremely exciting. And that's the second game of the 0-1 matchups on the B stream right there. IHC taking on Complexity, already 5 rounds deep.
Oh, and Patsy, you wouldn't believe what he's just done, Chad. He's only got another opening.
He's just stealing these openings time and time again.
Splatters Monacy against the wall.
He's not afraid at all. Not even a little bit.
Do you know who you're peeking?
It's crazy that he's happy to take all of these fights here. They're not sitting him down. They're not shutting him up. And there's Alexi with the AWP. Gets them a response back on the slither.
Okay. G2, it's been a bit of a drought. They've probably forgotten what victory feels like.
Can they turn this one around? That opening kill onto Magix. They know it's an A player, right? So that's going to help them at least piece together part of the puzzle that...
Very early to be dumping that B util. They want to kind of keep that presence noted. Forces one of the smokes out of the CTs.
Look at the info play. Look at this push from Chopper. He's already down mid. He's already down mid. Yeah. They know it's coming.
They're taking liberties now, aren't they? Spirit, they know. Bit of proactivity goes a long way. And here comes Siren. He's perfectly tucked in for this. Anti-flash, Hunter, a big headshot. And now the smokes have bloomed. Chopper so quick on the flag. They're all there. One down. Jack's lucky to get away. 3-on-3. Nade will soften Jack's up further. And through the smoke he strikes. Jax and Alexi trying to find the first for G2 in some time. A smoke to be scooped on up. That will go tunnels. And Patsy has Alexi on a plate. On this left fight. Jack's on the jiggle, potentially can obstruct. This is the fight, needs it, sprays it down, Chopper trades, it's 2-on-1. Jax with it all to do, time sensitive, does well to evade, Dexter's got him, and Spirit continue to string together rounds. They will take the lead, Chad.
Wow. Wow. Into the B bomb site. How often do you see a team lose the B bomb site? After you've gotten in, you get the bomb on down, but it's Chopper. That flank was so quick. The liberties that you're talking about, the short reaggress after losing Magix. G2 thought, no, they're going to bolster A. They're going to be worried about long. Not at all. They go take space elsewhere. And this flank from Chopper, he gets 2 kills before the bomb gets planted. It makes this retake more than possible. And it's Chopper again finding the impact. The in-game leader stepping up here for Spirit.
Oh, that's a lovely spawn. Patsy doesn't use it.
Are they going to be able to solve the problem when they get onto the side? Here we go, another fight. Is he really going to step on out? Is he really going to take this fight late?
Oh, actually, Monacy's running down suicide. He's Dexter this time. He's up against in that head-to-head. Should he choose to swing on out? Happy to just focus on the slither. He has the opportunity to catch any cross from lower. And here's the aggression from Patsy. He is just untamed. the Wild Boy. Flash, that's got to be it. Siren, lucky, 6 HP, run down. Hunter knows what he's got to do and does so well. Dexter's close to beat. Util dump needs to be good and is. Now the bomb on its way in. Hunter with doesn't really have the health to get any more aggressive than that. Jax is responsible for Chopper, and now he's in a bit of a weird head-to-head of his own.
They're contained at least. Nico still has mid doors, Jax has long locked down, and Dexter trying to backpedal out of dodge right now. He's going to be stuck between a bit of a rock and a hard place here. We'll have to take a fight, but it looks like Team Spirit are conceding this one. Now it's just about what can they hold on to. As you can see how aware Dexter is of all these timings. That's a smoke. That's a bit of a life raft right there, deployed by one of his teammates to get him on out of dodge. And we'll be able to backpedal on out of here.
Sometimes Hunter does just have to go kill. I mean, you saw how many T rounds were shut down by Team Spirit. Well, you can't always stop Hunter.
And that's what I thought was going to happen in regulation.
Yeah,
right? It felt like one of those rounds was eventually going to manifest for G2. But they just weren't able to get it done. And Dexter will survive over towards spawn. They have enough cash to splash right here in terms of the drops. They could drop a secondary AWP for Patsy. They can get a rifle into the hands of Siren. There's no dramas there. The fact that they were able to convert that first CT round here in OT helped them buy this buffer into the final.
Takes initiative there. And you can see the frustrations in Siren's face. He was not happy with being chased down, had very few tools in his belt to get out of that one. Okay, more pace, more pace. Patsy fires off the warning shot, but they will succumb and give it up. Early long control.
Hasn't gone perfectly for them when they've had long control early within this game, has it, G2? There's a couple of rounds, one where they had to fight for control, the other where they got it given to them. And look at Chopper again. He is taking so many risks, and Patsy, again! Another opening. Modesty down.
Oh, he's got the angles, this kid. He's comfy, and look at Chopper.
That was their own smoke, right? That was G2's smoke on the corner.
Chopper's already calling tons clear. Like, their initiative tells them it's probably long. Chopper's now made it an absolute. And just the elbow spanks Jax in the funny bone. Now an extinguish, quick to it. Doesn't take a lick of damage. Flash to elope through and re-peek. One towards long, or rather the pit. Flashes up. That wasn't far off the hip of Hunter. More as they crawl over the edge. A hard flick. Hunter trying to be the hero for G2, but Dexter's got one too. That AWP is scary.
Coming through.
Pushing straight through. Good catch. Toes exposed. Siren good for it. Now it's on to Magic's on the site. Alexi, his first victim, and a miss from Nico does seal his fate. 17. Spirit coming in with the lead. And G2 finally escape the woes of the T side.
I just can't believe what we're seeing from Patsy. He's continuing to find impact. Like, the first is brilliant, but the fact that he goes more aggressive line back towards Car, taking another peek, he's just so jarring. He's not giving up. He's staying hyper aggressive throughout, and it's such a problem. But if we could start to take a bit of inventory, take a little bit of a stock how it went in that first half, because right now, oh, look at that. Right now, G2 are back onto this CT side. And when G2 are on the CT side, it was them being prickly. They were the ones who were pushing into lower dark with Hunter time and time again. If you get some spawns right now, if you're Spirit, maybe try something a bit more out of the box, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more pacey, because G2 are rattled right now.
Yeah, I mean, you heard the Death talking about, like, oh, we don't always see the head-to-head. We don't see Monacy Dexter. We didn't anticipate it would be Patsy Monacy so frequently. The second AWPs now, though, with the side change, we're reminded, oh, graceful bounces. The movement will capture our attention. It's the frags we need, though. Top of the table for Spirit. Patsy back on the AK.
Looked like that was destined for a little bit more damage, but being denied by the corner of the box right there, and this flash could be good. Monacy.
You're running into the pair, and Nico, the bodyguard, stands vigilant. Opening for G2. Molly will force a nice escape, and he is safe as houses. Juggle of the util. Nico wants answers. Magix will catch it. Full white, dead, and traded. Nice from Dexter. Keeps the pace of the game at least competitive.
It's a 2-2 split right now of G2. Jackson Hunter over towards B.
Okay, exploitable if you can get Siren over there quick. You're starting to maneuver back.
They still have two smokes here, a couple of flashes, and a molly to work with. Right, they're going to have this late long play coming on in from Dexter with the AWP. The other two could put pressure on Shaw and try and open a door for Dexter to have a look for a kill. But time, that's the issue. 35 seconds.
Double long hold. It's Dexter. Oh, he will perfectly catch the flash. Needs to die, does. Alexi B makes sure of that. But that's the chance and a big shy flick. They will have an opportunity to plant Chad this. 4 on 2. But Chopper charging on in. They can turn this around if that bomb goes down. The nade shy. Bomb is planted. Low HP. Chopper's got a lot on his plate. 1 is all that Siren has to celebrate. And so we tie things right back up. 17 apiece.
Really good stuff there from Nico, right? Having a bodyguard, he gets that opening kill. It looked dire right there for m0NESY for a moment. With that flash coming in, he was pinned in towards that short corner. But Nico going aggressive again, right? Taking some aggression, taking some maneuvers to get them some space back. Doing a great job for his team with the double up right there. That timing for Dexter, very unfortunate, right? Because he was ready. He was ready for a long play for so long, and then he's pivoted on back, and the flashes come through. So that's a little bit unfortunate there for Team Spirit, but a nice, well-handled round there from G2.
And how many, I mean, I don't have the answer to this question, but how many of close games and big tournaments of G2 found themselves just overcome in overtime? That FaZe series and still living on in many's mind.
Well, once the nade comes in towards lower dark, I think you're pretty aware that there's no CTs hiding on down. So Patsy not having to have as many issues this time round, and we'll get this lower dark control. Very standard setup coming on through from G2 in this round. Nothing outside of the box here as the hinge smoke is dropped. Still a minute 15 remaining on the clock here, and a flash to enable the mid control for Nico as he wants to throw some flak damage their way. Up and over. Lightly softening this short ascent. The bomb's still down towards back of Cat here. If they want to do an A execute, someone will need to scoop that up. You can't have that coming late long. Another nade. And some more chip damage. So Nico getting this one done. Has another HE in his hands right here. So if they fully commit, might even be able to obliterate a player or two on their way on in. Bomb has been picked up. Short control established. Util being juggled. And another nade. There it is.
Just completely disappears. Nico single-handedly nades Patsy out of the round. We've got 30 seconds, lads. You're going to have to pull the plug and make a commitment. Here it is, mid to B, loud, quick. Hunter has to focus his attention doors here, and he's looking right on the money. Chopper's gone. Dexter's still there. m0NESY at least good for the Dexter frags back, and Nico stops that bomb from entering. Locked on the bricks, a high flash. Siren does nothing with it. G2, 1 away from closing a game they had for the majority in the palm of their hands. Spirit, a spectacular comeback, but now a T round is required if they want to extend play.
I didn't think it would come back to bite them in the arse like this, but you have to go back. Remember that Nico round in the first half with the Deagle?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
right? And the Desk conversation, Devil Walk mentioned, is going to be about how many T-sided rounds can they get. Well, they had a very strong CT half, didn't they? Both teams. But it's those little details, it's those clutch losses that are going to come back to haunt Spirit right here, right now. Denied long early. Can get this map control as they have in the last few. No silly business towards lower dark early here, but quite worried about exactly that. Outside the upper tunnels, we'll need to take that space back as more utility being limped on through.
And this is where that dead silence, not only in our commentary, but in those team comms as well, just the reality setting in for each individual. It's been a long old game. Just the best of one, but I'm sure it feels like an eternity. Chopper, the puppet master of Team Spirit, seems to have his troops headed towards A. You got about 60-second mark. And just going through dry. Nico on his next jiggle is going to be face-to-face with Patsy. Look at this. That's an easy one. Get out of there. Smokes are dropped. But Nico with an opening.
He's away as well.
Beginning of the end, Chad. Spirit so close to something rather brilliant. And now we need brilliance from one of their individuals. 4 of them remain. Chopper could be dead. Doesn't engage. Nico does manage to get out of dodge. Deagle present as well. Doesn't opt to reload or fall off. Change of mind now.
25 seconds. They're going to have to go. They have to commit A. There's no way out. Jax knows it.
Yeah, he's seen the time as well, and he does confirm. He calls it and taps the head of Magix. That's a hard shot to hit. 3 remain, 2 as well. G2 have been allowed to close. 19 And G2, 2-0. You can see it says on the face. Their expression says it all. After a dominant game up against Liquid, you really do get your... well, you get your defensive mechanisms tested.
Yeah, look, relief, I think, could define this one here for G2, because the first half looked fantastic, didn't it? We were singing their praises, they were getting it done, and just not able to get it across the line there with their T-haul. It was the CT rounds that they were a little bit stronger on right here, but that's said for both teams. A good showing for Spirit. Yeah,
Magic's face as well does seem to embody that of Spirit. A close game, just no cigar in the end. Credit to some of those new names. Siren looking comfortable. Patsy, my biggest takeaway from this game is going to be the boy on that secondary AWP. If they can keep him up and keep him hot, Spirit could surprise a couple of big names.
Yeah, well, I think we got Freya in the panel ready to break this one all down, so let's throw it over to the desk.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, a huge sigh of relief for G2 as they managed to claw it back in OT. But let's not forget, this was a 14-4 scoreline at one point in this game. We saw an absolutely dominant CT half from the side of G2. They managed to make it to that crucial qualification best of 3 tomorrow, but it was not in a clean fashion, Jacob.
No, it wasn't. You know, that was classic G2. I don't know why they do it all the time. You know, they just have to make every single game they play competitive. And you know, we keep talking about, you know, is it a coincidence? It's not, because it keeps happening over and over again. You got to give credit to Spirit in this regard, you know, for pulling off a great comeback. Patsy played a fantastic game of Counter-Strike, especially on the CT side. But if you're G2, you said it right here just before we went live, it's like experience win them the game, but it's also sort of like the experience that in a way makes them lose these big leads. And I don't get it. Why don't you just get your shit together and get the game closed down from the get-go instead of having to do this all the time?
It's extremely frustrating to watch because, you know, and we're talking about the context of G